The name of Raji's restaurant pick means elder sister, so it's family-style, authentic, healthy vegetarian cuisine, and it's not fancy. It's on Lafayette Street at Washington in Santa Clara, and it's called Deedee's.
My name is Daksha Desai. I am an owner and I am cook here at the Deedee. I started cooking in 1993, and we make Ayurvedic, balanced, sattvic food, authentic Indian home style, and use very less oil, butter, cream, and spices also. And it is a very balanced diet. Many customers are eating here for 5 days a week because it is healthy food and fresh food. We make every vegetables curries fresh, and we don't keep for next day. I offer all 4 weekends different buffets of regional food like Gujarati, Maharashtrian, Rajasthani, and Kathiawadi. And now it is so popular that I have to give all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Whoever comes to my place, I'm not thinking they are my customer. I'm thinking they are my guest. They come to my home, and I want to treat them a very good way. Come, taste, and enjoy. You can talk with them.
All right, Raji, speaking for all the vegetarians in the Bay Area, of which I'm not one, this is all vegetarian cuisine.
Yes, it is.
At Deedee's, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's really home-style food, made with a lot of care and love. I mean, I know it kind of sounds very sentimental to say something like that, but the food is really great. It's, considering we have so many restaurants in the Bay Area, South Bay, and so many Indian restaurants, I prefer to go to this one. Considering it's, I feel it's healthy, and also the food is not overly greasy, and it's, and it's just good for you food.
Right. And from northwestern India, tell us a little bit about where this food is from, because it is all vegetarian and primarily vegetarian.
Yes, it covers like 3 different states in India, which is from the northwest. Basically, they cover a state called Maharashtra, Gujarat, which is north of that, and then Rajasthan.
Right.
So the food just varies, and every weekend they have a buffet, which is, I would really urge people to go for the buffet so that they can try out different foods, not instead of just going a la carte. Right. They can try different types of food, and they can choose which ones they like best and go back again.
Now, Serdar, did you have the buffet when you went?
I had the buffet, yeah. I really tried to like this restaurant because I normally like Indian food, but just the ambiance and just the way that you serve yourself just didn't do it for me. For example, the stainless steel utensils just kind of reminded me of like a boot camp, mixing all the different flavors and different types of food. I didn't really know what goes where exactly. And
did you know the dishes that you were eating?
At first I didn't know what the names were. Just as I was paying off and leaving, I realized there were name tags.
On the top.
But I did not, no one ever pointed them, and it wasn't real descriptive because those labels are all kind of mixed together. But overall, I think, it's probably a very good, family restaurant.
Now, you're a vegetarian, Ray, so did you have a chance to really explore each of the dishes?
I went there for a dinner, and all I knew of it was that it was an Indian restaurant. I was so happy that it was all vegetarian, and I was so happy when I walked in the front door and there was a sign that said buffet, because I thought, I'm not even going to ask for the menu, I'm just going to dive right in. So I actually, I had no hang-up helping myself onto the stainless steel plate, and I loaded up. So I had a great time.
And what did you have in terms of dishes?
I had a little bit of everything, and actually I was pleasantly surprised because for a buffet, we got some nice table service, water refills, we got the puri, this kind of puffy, crispy bread brought to our table. There was already naan on the table by the time we got through the buffet line, but I got the spinach, I got the chickpeas, 2 different kinds of rice, this like a vegetable biryani, there was a chana masala, mutter paneer. It was, so I really sampled everything that was on that.
Did you have any charts, by the way? Any of the crunchies in the beginning of the meal?
I did not. I think the only thing that, because I was so happy with a hearty buffet, I skipped the green salad and a lot of the kind of starters that were on ice. I went right for anything that I could pile on top of rice, because that's what I really wanted.
But they have quite a lot of chaat.
They do.
Yes.
They do. And the chaat is typically like small plates, so you kind of have that like a starter.
Sort of street food.
Yeah, exactly. It is meant to be like street food. food,
Right.
Yeah.
like to be eaten at the beach typically, right? So they're really yummy. They have tangy flavors, and it's something you just munch on. And then you enter the main course.
Right.
I know it can be hard for a new person going in there.
You know, I just didn't know what to expect, and maybe that was part of the problem. And when I walked in there,
Because this is no frills,
Yes,
so it's sort of
okay.
like walking into your aunt or your grandma's
Yeah.
place.
Right.
Very home cooking and authentic cooking.
Definitely. And the steel plates, that's what we all eat in at home.
Yeah.
Is that
It's
right?
very typical for Indian families to eat in a stainless steel plates. I know, I mean, you can do, I'm sorry, you were reminded of a boot camp. But
And it's
reminded of
cheap.
that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really
very
cheap,
cheap.
very
Very cheap,
affordable.
Totally
It's cheap.
affordable.
Yeah.
And the Shrikant, oh my goodness, you gotta go there. Did you try the Shrikant?
I did not. No.
It's the
That's the
yogurt.
dessert.
Yeah, it's so yummy. I mean, it's this strained yogurt, and then you add the like, spices and saffron in it, and it's made to sit overnight, so it's really thick. And I would pass up on ice cream any day.
And I was thrilled that I could eat everything off the buffet
Right.
without any question at all.
Right.
But honestly, I have to say that although I loved that food, the overwhelming dominant flavor of everything for me was salt.
Oh, was it?
And so I went with a coworker, and kind of in the middle of our conversation, I found myself breaking out into a
Oh
sweat.
my goodness.
Oh, here you go. Gosh.
Yeah, right. And then I realized, all of the complexity of the flavors is probably there, but it was for me masked by the salt.
Oh.
So it kind of crept up on me, and I was surprised.
All right, this is your restaurant, Raji, so you've got to sum it up for us.
Okay, I would say go there if you want to eat really authentic cuisine of India from a certain part of India, which is not available everywhere, and it's really affordable and great service.
All right, Serdar, your experience?
I think, you know, if you're familiar with the food, I can imagine you enjoying the place very well. For me, the ambiance and just kind of the complexities and just the environment seemed a little kitschy to me. I couldn't really make my way through the whole experience very well. So I don't necessarily recommend it, but at the same time, you know, I may have a different opinion if I knew what I was eating, you know, better.
All right, and Ray, what about your thoughts?
I thought if it wasn't such a trek for me to come from San Francisco and go there, I would probably frequent the place more often to really load up on affordable Indian vegetarian food.
If you would like to try deedee's, it's on Lafayette between Washington and Poplar in Santa Clara. The telephone number is 408-261-0568. It's open for lunch every day and dinner Wednesday through Sunday. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $12.